Well, hello and welcome to Old People This Week. I'm Jeff, and that's Cowboy Mike.
Hello, everyone.
Got a little video here showing how Mike carries himself when he's not in the studio here. And that's Husky Paul. And we have video of one of Paul's pups, serenading him.
How's that dog get on top of a door, Paul?
Yeah, how'd that dog get up there anyways, Paul?
Or stay up there?
Leaps and bounds.
The big news is that we have surpassed the 3,000 subscriber mark, which is makes it time to celebrate, boys.
Yep.
Which is incredible, really. 3,150 subscribers. We just need to get YouTube as excited as we are. See how great we are, and they'll maybe put some ads on our site so that Mike and I can stop asking our wives for money.
Can I have $20? There we go. That's good.
To go to happy hour, it's sort of embarrassing.
Yeah, pretty humiliating, but I have cut back on my drinking. Poverty has that effect.
I know.
Acquired the taste for water.
Yeah.
Water's free. Oh my God. This is a podcast for people who are over 60 years of age. If you're under 60 and you stumbled in here, stick around and you'll learn something. Well, we got a lot of comments this past week. I'm going to share one with you. It's from a longtime viewer at Heather East. This is in reference to our last episode in which we talked about a story that basically that Becky is the new Karen, meaning Karen is the word that people use to describe these white entitled women who, are socially inappropriate. But now the new word for them is Becky. But Heather wrote us and said, "You guys are very cute." Well, that's a given.
That's me, mainly me.
But very behind in slang. Black folk have used Becky before Karen even came to be. Google barbecue Becky, aka Jennifer Schulte. Anytime and every time you see a Karen, people would use the word Becky. Karen came about when people of the paler persuasion, meaning us, jumped into the name calling too. So here's the video.
Here you have a problem with these gentlemen having a barbecue here at the lake. What's going on?
Now she don't want to talk.
She doesn't want to talk now.
It's illegal to have a charcoal grill in the park here.
No, it's not actually. I just looked at the map. It says this is a designated barbecue area.
No, not for a charcoal grill. No charcoal grills are allowed. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I gotta try and give it.
You must not have looked up.
What kind of grill are you not allowed, and why are you so bent out of shape over them being
because
here?
It causes extra money from our city to do things when children get injured because of improperly disposed.
And by the way, if somebody's having a barbecue, it's none of your business to ask them what they're doing there. Why is that woman acting up like that? Anyways, what a nutcase, Becky or Karen, whoever you go by. Okay. You know how, by the way, this is a new thing. I didn't tell you guys about that. I was going to put this in, but you know how we always talk about these crazy scam texts that we get? Just random things. Well, I get one literally yesterday. It says this. I heard from a friend that a new place just opened and the masseuses there are very good.
Hello.
That's the text.
Yeah.
And what they expect me to do is to answer like, what do you mean? Who is this? Who is this? Who's texting me? And then the next thing you know, I'm, don't have any money in my bank account or I'm dead somewhere.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody in Nigeria.
Yeah. Or whatever. But I'll be poor and probably deader if I answer them.
Yeah.
But I guess people fall for it every day by the thousands, I'm sure.
But they keep sending them until one day they figure out an answer.
Yeah. Okay.
They become way more sophisticated, or way more, I shouldn't say sophisticated, I said they way more subtle, like this one about the masseuse. But I got one, I've said before, I got one that said, "Oh, there's a new Thai restaurant around the corner. We should try it out." And I was expecting I would go, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
You're done. All right, here's the celebrity news, of course, and I always am pissed off about the celebrity news. And Kanye West's daughter, North, which, so basically her name is Northwest.
Yeah, great.
She released a rap song about her love for piercings.
On my hand, the other holding bands, no friends, just fancy, wanna understand. Shopping in Japan, that's where I always stand. Went to school for 2 days, then I got banned.
Explain to me what the draw is to Northwest's video about her new piercings.
Yeah, well, first of all, who gives a shit? And then secondly, I mean, I don't get the whole self-mutilation thing. Tattoos, piercings, I mean...
Is that what you want to rap about? Not something important, not something deep, not something unsettling, not something going on in your life, not something about your crazy dad, Kanye?
Yeah,
no,
well, it's just a pretty desperate measure of your lack of subject matter or things you should be attentive to or have learned. But I guess if that idiot's your father, maybe that's inspirational stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, having him as your father should give you plenty to rap about all the time.
Yeah.
Well, my mother's Kim Kardashian. How about that?
Oh, yeah, and her mother's an attorney, Oh, no, that's right. She's not an attorney.
No, it's not right, because she failed the bar exam.
Yeah, duh.
She got her law degree, but failed the bar because she didn't go to college and get it. She got it to some...
She wanted to sit in a room and observe the legal process.
That's what it was. Call herself an attorney. To law firms and observe other lawyers for a certain amount of time, I guess it was over a couple of years, and then they said, "Okay, here you go. Here's your degree."
Yeah.
All right, more Hollywood news. Kiefer Sutherland arrested. The actor was arrested for an altercation with a rideshare driver in Hollywood.
Attaboy. Give him the secret agent shit.
Anybody knows. I mean, if you're a normal human being and you're just getting around in life, you don't get in altercations with Uber drivers, and let alone if you're a Hollywood star. If you're freaking Jack Bauer, what are you doing? Getting into it with Uber driver.
Yeah, that's a loser.
Yeah.
No, you just don't do it. It's just silly, stupid, and you're going to be in the news the next day and you look like an idiot because you got 3 old men like us talking about you. All right. More news. Orlando Bloom celebrated his 49th birthday on a dance floor in Aspen. Of course he did. Why else?
Yeah. Where else would he go?
He was fist pumping, in quotes, like a guy from New Jersey while surrounded by power gays. That's the story that I read in page 6.
It troubles me that you're even reading stories like that. Who gives a shit?
I was not that it was his birthday, but I couldn't understand what a power gay person is. And it turns out it's Queer Eye for a Straight Guy's Tom Felcia, Brian Lord's hubby, Bruce Bozzi, producer and Aspen Snowball founder Thomas Pierce, Bravo star Renee Friss, and Barry's Boot Camp executive chairman Joey Gonzalez were all spotted on the scene.
Oh, good God. I'm just crushed I missed that party.
Well, you're going to be more crushed because they were all in Aspen for the gay ski week, which clearly you missed.
Yeah.
Must have been over the holidays. We were busy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Orlando Bloom's 49. Happy birthday, Orlando, is all I can say. I didn't understand the rest of the article, but it sounds like you had a good time, so there you go. By the way, he's the newly single Orlando Bloom.
I was going to say he's celebrating Katy Perry being out of his life.
Yeah, she's now in the arms of the former Canadian Prime Minister, right? Trudeau.
Yeah,
she's
that'll teach you.
Trudeau. Mr. Trudeau. Okay. Here's more. Tom Brady names Oscar winner he wants to play him in possible biopic.
Oh, God.
So, people.
I'm breathless.
Of course, somebody's gonna want to make a movie about the life story of Tom Brady.
Sure.
It is an unbelievable story. He was selected as the quarterback out of the 6th round, meaning like the 300th player chosen in the draft, whatever year that was. And he goes on to win like 6 Super Bowls. So, yeah, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, it's a great story, but come on. He's now doing diaper ads and detergent ads.
Yeah, he does
pizza
everything.
Ads on TV.
Yeah, everything. So he's thinking about who would play him. And he said of all the actors in the world, he would like Leonardo DiCaprio to play him.
Yeah, of course. A
Now,
real
if
look-alike.
if you could think about any actor who physically looks less like Tom Brady,
Yeah.
short, sort of,
I was going to say,
not,
short is the first thing I think of. Yeah.
he's not in shape like he doesn't look like Tom Brady. He's not an athlete. He's not somebody you would just go out and select. But I guess he figures that Leonardo DiCaprio is talented enough that no matter what role he takes on, he can just automatically, appear to be somebody like Tom Brady.
No, he just picked DiCaprio because he wants to get invited to be on his yacht off the coast of Saint-Tropez in the summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you don't want to be hanging around DiCaprio too much longer. He's getting older, and those girlfriends he has are getting way younger. One of these days, that could be a problem for somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and more celebrity news because I love my celebrity news.
More.
Janice Dickinson, do you remember her?
Yeah, she was hot.
She was very hot, very cute. And then she started to get a little older. She started to do a little face work. And then she went into that place, into that zone where we've talked about before with Hollywood stars where they can't accept the fact that nobody, is watching them every day or cares about them. So they start to do more and more desperate things in order to stay in the public eye.
Yeah.
They start doing extensive work on their face. Just look at Madonna. They date people that they shouldn't be dating. Look at Jennifer Aniston, who we've talked about on this show many times. We were very appalled that she's dating a hypnotist. Who knows what's going to happen there?
No, he's got her in a full trance now.
Yeah, she's entranced, and who knows how he's getting richer, and she's, in a trance. And then, she'll one day Jennifer's going to wake up in a Tijuana motel. She's going to not have any hair, and she'll throw money all over the place.
Yeah, she signed over all her real estate to him, and she'll go missing.
Yeah. And stars they'll do these dumb shows like Celebrity Rehab or Celebrity, any kind of a show that has celebrity something tagged on the beginning or D level actors or actresses appear on. Well, Janice Dickinson, after having extensive work done on her face, she shows up on a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
All right.
And they bring her in 2022 to a South American jungle where there's going to be all these misadventures with all these has-been celebrities. Well, somewhere on there, she falls or gets hurt. She allegedly suffered, in quotes, permanent traumatic scarring across multiple areas of her face, including the lip and mouth area, both cheeks, the chin, and lower face, per a lawsuit that she's filed. Look at these
Sounds
pictures.
like a face plant to me.
Oh, it looks horrible. You can see it on these pictures.
Yeah.
It is horrible. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, terrible. She believes that her fall was caused by a sleep medication given by a medic, as well as the campsite, which is dark. Well, all campsites are dark. That's inherent with camping. It's dark at night.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm going to sue you over nightfall. Okay. Yeah. It even says fall in at nightfall.
I would think that any one of these shows, whether it's a show like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, or or like Survivor, or any of these shows that in which you bring people out of their natural element, you're going to be signing about 700 waivers.
Yeah,
to protect the production company and production crew from this exact kind of lawsuit.
Yeah.
But no matter what, she's going to go after him because she said it was the most frightening night of my life, and now she looks like she does now, and that's terrible.
It's pretty bad. I wonder what kind of a medic was in the middle of the jungle in South America. Some guy shaking bones over her and jumping up and down.
Well, hopefully the production company hired a real life set of people. Again,
hire them and take them along. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
if you're responsible for these people out in the middle of nowhere, you better bring a good doctor out there.
They're not the A-list celebrities. They've had their day, and now they're just trying to, keep going with something. And that's why they answer these calls.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And finally, more celebrity. The last celebrity news. And Mike, you're going to be upset on this. I know about this. I know you're a big fan. Scary movie actress and bodybuilder Jane Turka is dead at 62. Here's a photograph of Jane here.
What a delicate little flower.
Yeah,
what a delicate little flower.
She looks like she could, like if she was alive and she thought I was saying something bad about her, she'd twist me up like a pretzel and throw me aside like a rag doll.
Yeah, she looks like Hulk Hogan.
I was gonna say,
Terrible.
I think, Jeff, I think you're stepping into like Mike's territory there, aren't you? A little.
I couldn't resist that one. Okay, I can't take any more of this toxic news, all this Janice Dickinson and poor Jane Turca and everyone else here.
God.
You know, Jack Bauer and all the poor celebrities. So I'm going to try to lift my spirits here. And what does that mean? Well, of course, for Mike, that means looking at a picture of maybe some kind of a horse.
Spinning the cylinder on that 45.
And Paul, you know, you can't see where he's sitting right now, but right behind him is his full-scale little grotto dedicated to Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
But for me, it's a picture of Christy Brinkley on vacation. So let's look at this and get our spirits revived.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for sending me this.
Yeah. Okay. We all have over the years, one of the bugaboos about traveling is when you go to the airport and you take the flight and you get off the flight. You go and you're tired and you're sort of beat up and you drag yourself down to the baggage claim area. And you're standing there, and finally the bags come out. Like, for example, my wife and I went away for Thanksgiving, and we got to our destination, and we're sitting in the baggage claim area, and it didn't come out, and it didn't come out, and it didn't come out. And you're just waiting there, and you're just like, oh man,
that's always the
milling
final.
around.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so you can remember, and the special kind of agony that when you sit there and watch all the bags come out and yours is not there.
Yep.
And you're like, oh my God, you shoot me now. What do I do? And you got to figure out what to do next and all that.
Yeah.
But it's improved over the old days when that used to happen. You know, not a lot, but it would happen. Now it's all computerized. You could practically follow your bags where they're at.
Yeah.
Not that that's going to make you any better if you look on your phone and you see that your bags are in Cleveland and you're in San Francisco.
Yeah, you're still turning your underwear inside out the next day. So you can get to
You're
shop.
looking at someone else's, or you open your bag when you get somewhere and it's someone else's clothes.
True.
But this one is an all-timer. This person is at the airport with her brother, and they're waiting for his bags to come out.
Right.
And here's what happens. We're waiting for my brother's bag, and instead of this bag, his underwear and socks came out one at a time. And you know, you got to think, and the guy, I have to give him credit. He doesn't look like he's just angry enough to start beating up on people that work at the airlines.
No.
He's just laughing, and he picks up his underwear and his socks and sort of walks away.
Waiting for the rest of it to come, and finally,
It all comes one piece at a time, though. It would be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute! Here comes a pair of pants. Oh, wait a minute! Here comes the shirt. You know, all of a sudden, for 2 hours later, all your clothes come out individually.
And the broken suitcase never appears. So you walk out through the lobby of the airport with all your shirts and underwear in your arms.
I did have a situation one time when I was traveling. This would have been about 20 years ago, and I'm waiting a baggage claim, and my bag comes out, and it was torn open. It was wide open, and somebody had wrapped like a piece of tape around it.
Sure.
Because it must have busted open.
It's funny, but the number one thing that's littered all over the tarmacs all the time is everyone's baggage name tag. Those things
rip off.
They're just the number one thing that ends up as litter. It's just, you know, they snap, they break, they're plastic, you know, and then they're all just trash. So if you want to know where your bag is, honestly, even in this day and age, invest in getting from Amazon a couple of air tags.
Air tags.
Bag, because you'll always be able to tell the airline where your bag is and say, hey, I transferred in Chicago, and here's my bag is still there. So, you can find it a lot quicker than the airline if you have just the simple investment of air tags.
Yeah. Yeah, I use airtight. We have one stuck on the collar of our dog in case he bolts. Whose house he's at eating somebody else's food.
Yeah, somebody who will feed him and show him some love instead of the neglect he suffers at your hands.
Yeah, really. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've held this off long enough, as long as I can, to get to this point in the show where Mike takes over and does his extremely boring, but nevertheless, part of the show called Via.
No, it's not. It's not. With this build-up, the audience knows it's time for the highlight of the whole show. From the annals of the dear departed,
Yes.
Via con Dios.
Yes.
And this one, because last week you were on me, because we only had two. So we're making up for it.
We're making up for it. Here we go.
Making up for it. Here we go. Starting with Jim Hartung, 65 years old, passed away. Do you remember him? 1984 Olympics, gold medal gymnast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right. And then this guy who might have been a buddy of yours, Scott Dilbert, or Scott Adams, rather, creator of the Dilbert.
He's the cartoonist.
Yeah,
Dilbert the cartoon.
Yeah, 68 years old.
Yeah, 68.
Yeah.
And then at the risk of you breaking into song, Jeff, Bob Weir, 78 years old, founding member of the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. He's I was never a Deadhead, never a big fan, but yeah, they were certainly, super famous and certainly seminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from my world, involving horses and the Western lifestyle and the fun you can have on a horse, Diane Kemp.
Who?
Diane Kemp, 77 years old. She was the first woman to ever ride a horse in the Kentucky Derby.
Wow.
Take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd she do?
She didn't win.
All right.
Yeah.
And then finally, from my wife's world, and probably your wife's world too, Valentino Garavani. Valentino,
the designer.
Yeah, the designer, 93 years old. Probably one of the world's best and most famous.
Yeah, I never heard of him before, but I do know that he was in the movie.
You're so full of shit. Of course,
are
you serious? You've never heard of him?
Oh,
you
Paul,
did not, Paul.
Come on, Paul.
No, from designers, Paul. You don't know crap. I know who Givenchy is. I know who most major designers are. This guy wasn't that famous, but he was in the movie The Devil Wears Prada.
You are absolutely hopeless. You are hopeless. All the celebrity shows you produced in L.A. and Hollywood, and you never discovered the name Valentino. Come on.
But he knows Valentino.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, what's his last name? So that's what threw me off, is that the Valentino had a last name there.
No, just Valentino. Okay.
Yeah, he's in. He has a cameo role in The Devil Wears Prada. Dubai. Good luck. See you later. Next.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much, Mike, for my con Dios this week. It was most illuminating and boring as usual. All right, Paul. I know you sent this story about
another reptile that goes shopping.
Yeah, where did he go shopping at?
At the grocery store.
No. Did you not read this thing? What the hell's wrong with you? You must be drunk or what the hell? First of all, it's about an alligator. I'm going to tell the people because Paul is incapable of following any stuff. I don't even know what to say. I'm pissed off right now. There is a story about an alligator who went into a Walmart on his own, went into the deli section, grabbed himself a chicken, and then sat there and ate it. That's the story, Paul. Not somewhere, some story. You have to be specific.
Florida tonight, an alligator strolls into a Walmart, helps itself to a rotisserie chicken, and eats it right there in the deli aisle. News 6's Jake Thomas is live in Ocala with the story. Jake?
Well, Walmart has a grocery section, and I was going to get to the chicken part, but you cut me off.
No, you were going to get to the chicken part, right? All right, we're moving on. But since
I have a very, one of my huskies when we lived in Studio City, and of course when they get out of the yard, like they all do, about an hour after I was searching for it, I got a call from Ralph's, and I said, "Oh, did you find a husky?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Okay, I'll come meet you in the parking lot." She goes, "Well, it's not in the parking lot; it's actually in the store." And our husky had gone right to the meat department at the Studio City Ralph's. Same incident.
What did he steal? Like a stealing Paul dog
He
would.
didn't get it in his mouth. There were too many people who were entertained by him, but he went right in the sliding doors, and I desperately wanted that security footage. I was like, "Oh my god,
That's cool, actually." All right. This is a change of story here. Now that's funny, and it's interesting that your dog is trying to steal meat from a Ralph's, but we have a more serious topic to talk about that has to do with us boomers, of course. If there's anyone who isn't a boomer and comes up to a boomer like us, and comes up to us at a store and starts complaining to us about we're giving us crap about how they can't buy a house or how they can't make as much money as they want to. This is for boomers here. I'm looking right in the eye for every boomer in America that's watching this right now. Tell them this. This is a quote from a story I just read. A growing number of baby boomers are experiencing homelessness amid rising rents and inflation. The number of homeless people over 65 is expected to swell to 225,000 nationwide by 2026. Wow, this year, according to one study.
Yeah.
So now that's disconcerting. I'm tired of taking crap from non-boomers about how we had everything handed to us on a silver platter.
Boomer homelessness rates are skyrocketing, and many millennials and Gen Zers feel no sympathy for them. Boomers, as we know, have enjoyed a level of financial comfort never before seen in American history. But elderly baby boomers are now the fastest growing group among homeless people, a development not seen since the Great Depression. Why? Well, the lingering impacts of the Great Recession has left nearly half of boomers without any savings, while inflation has eroded the buying power of senior programs like Social Security and Medicare, and wage stagnation means that the jobs seniors are actually able to get to fill in the gaps don't pay anywhere near a livable wage. And this is all combined with America's absurd housing market to create a disaster. But given how punishing the economy has been for younger generations, not to mention, it must be said, many boomers' total lack of empathy about it, many millennials and Gen Zers are having trouble feeling anything but a sort of schadenfreude about the baby boomer homelessness situation.
I don't know what this guy is smoking. He's saying this. I lived in a tiny house, and I've talked about this before, in backwoods Ohio. Mike lived on a ranch so far off the beaten path that he didn't even know there was other people. He just thought horses ran the country. And Paul lived in an apartment in a big city. When I was a kid, the interest rate was so high that it was like 15% in the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
There were no computers to help us find a job, no Uber to get us to a job interview, and no safety net if you needed help. So please quit whining. And just because you don't have the balls or the brains to figure things out, don't blame it on us.
Yeah. And you're living in your parents' basement, so you're not exactly knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, those 225,000 boomers who are on the street this year don't have parents' basements to live in because the going got tough. They're on the street. They're living in their car outside of a Kmart or wherever they work, showering at the gym. So I don't want to hear any more complaining about your life vis-a-vis ours.
Yeah, and some of them are probably in Vietnam or somewhere trying to protect your little baby ass interests. So
that talk? What Vietnam? Where'd that come up from?
Well, that's a lot of guys who are homeless right now.
Oh, you mean Vietnam War vets?
Yeah.
People who were.
Yeah.
Now, though, I shouldn't say it's just. I shouldn't say it's just young people that piss me off. There's old boomers that piss me off too, and one of them is Henry Winkler.
Oh gosh,
I don't know why, but he bugs me. First of all, he's the worst choice ever to be a greaseback, slick, thug from in the 50s when they made him into, what was his character's name?
Fonzie.
The Fonz.
Fonz.
The Fonz.
He's not the Fonz. He wasn't. He's just this wimpy looking guy. But he became the Fonz. He became super famous. His leather jacket's in the Smithsonian now.
Yeah.
But now he pontificates everywhere about aging and being a boomer and stuff. He doesn't speak for me though. He's a fool.
He's a very positive speaker. Very positive speaker.
Yeah, he's positive. I don't like. Maybe that's what I don't like is that he's positive.
That's what. No, I think it is. I mean, like that's where he makes his money now. He's still got some acting roles.
Well, he's doing that TV ad for eye drops for elder citizens. He talks about his dad's eye drops.
So here's old Winkler. Well, he's attending the AARP Movies for Grown-Ups Award. The veteran actor, who's now 80, shared his thoughts about how the older generation is treated in the U.S. versus other countries. And he says, well, only in America is the more mature generation not completely embraced. And that's where the wisdom comes from. He goes, that's what I learned from.
What?
Okay, Henry, I guess so. I guess you're right that people don't, and I just got done complaining that people don't treat boomers like they should, but I don't need Henry Winkler telling me that. He's just saying that. And I guess what really pissed me off about this whole article was that there was such a thing as the AARP movies for grown-ups. Because the AARP only thinks that, well, let's see what they said their movies of the year are Hamnet, which I haven't seen. It's supposed to be good. House of Dynamite, which I did see, which is really a downer. Directed by what's her name, Catherine Bigelow. One battle after another.
Yeah,
huh?
that was depressed. That was depressing as hell.
Oh, it was the most depressing movie. One battle after another. Sinners, which was a kind of a crazy Southern, vampire movie. And Train Dreams, which I don't even know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And the actors they chose for AARP movies for grown-ups are George Clooney.
Of course.
DiCaprio. Joel Edgerton. What's the name of his movie? Train something. Oh, yeah, the Train Dream. He's in Train Dreams. And Ethan Hawke in something called Blue Moon.
Yeah, he got a lot of attention this year for Oscars, but everybody was interviewing him.
And Dwayne Johnson for The Smashing Machine, which is the title of the year, nothing else. But they didn't, for some reason.
That was a nominated movie too.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nominated for what? Golden Globes, but not for Oscars or anything.
Not yet.
But they left off Timothée Chalamet, who everybody that I've talked to have seen Marty Supreme says it's just great, super cool.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah.
And the craziest male actor of all time, Jesse Plemons in Begonia. I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. I won't even begin to try to explain it to you. But you can see it for free. I think it's on Peacock or something. But it is incredible.
Wow.
Okay.
Nuts movie. All right. Anyways, and then the actresses they chose were Laura Dern, who's got to be about 140 years old, but seems like she's been acting since the 1930s. And her movie was called "Is This Thing On?", which I didn't see. Jodie Foster for a movie called Private Life, which, by the way, is all in French. Lisa Liu for a movie called Rosemead I never heard of. Julia Roberts for After the Hunt, which I saw on streaming a year or so ago, at least a year or so ago, and it was okay. It kind of came and went. And then the classic, and June Squibb, what a name, June Squibb, who's 96-year-old actress.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Showing a picture of her here for the movie Eleanor the Great, which was directed by the one and only Scarlett Johansson's first directorial efforts.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's supposed to be a good flick. Okay.
Those people at AARP need to get out more.
Yeah. All right, let me see what I'm going to go talk about next here. Okay. Let's go on to our Florida man story. And this one, by the way, we love talking about our Florida guys. And because there's always something going on down there. Though, but before we start taping, we're talking about a real tragic story that took place down in Florida this past week.
Terrible.
It involves some people that we actually know, a triple murder of all things. But most of the stuff that happens in Florida is beyond goofy and, it's just weird. And the headline in this one says it all. Florida man dressed in red lace bra accused of hiding gun under prosthetic silicone breasts.
Okay.
And the quote says, it was ugly. Now, I'm going to tell you about this story. So, according to the Polk County Sheriff, whose name is Grady Judd, a guy by the name of Matthew Zaccarino, who's 39 years old, they found him sitting in a vehicle by himself at a construction site last month. I guess there's nothing terribly unusual about that. But somebody must have called the cops and said, hey, there's some dude sitting in a car by himself here at the construction site, and we don't know what he's doing.
Dressed in red lingerie.
So they walk over to the car. They look in, and they said that there's old Matthew sitting there wearing a red lace bra with prosthetic silicone breasts. So the quote was from the sheriff said, we noticed he was wearing a G-string and showing off to the boys at a construction site. So this guy shows up at a construction site now again to show off in front of a bunch of construction workers wearing a G-string, a red lace bra, and prosthetic breasts.
One can only imagine. Brother.
So worse, the cops said they asked him. Then the cops said it's hard to explain how dangerous these situations can be when you're approaching a car and you don't know what's going on inside.
Yeah.
And then when they look at the guy and they started checking him out, they see that has a gun underneath the prosthetic breast.
Oh boy.
All right, so the cops go to him. What the hell are you doing? And Matthew says he claimed he was going to a costume party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But when the deputy asked him, well, where's the party? He said he stopped talking. And the quote from the sheriff to end this great story is, can you imagine he's mad at us for trying to find out why he's wearing a lace bra with guns, G-strings, or G-somethings? It was ugly. It was just so ugly.
Oh, brother. That one.
All right.
That story went around the station house forever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That
Only in
sheriff, by
Florida.
the way, have you seen the videos he does? The sheriff from Polk County?
No.
He's great. He did one fairly recently. He was talking about the upsurge of crime in the country. He said, if you want to come to this county and cause trouble, you will go to jail. And he says, if in that process you point a weapon at one of my deputies, we will kill you. He just looking right straight into the camera. It's like,
Oh, my God.
take it
I'm
easy.
not going down to Polk County, Florida under any circumstances.
No.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today for this episode of Old People This Week. You have to subscribe, and you have to do it immediately and often. If you subscribe, Paul will come over to your house. He'll be in a red lacy bra and with prosthetic breasts, and he will dance in the front yard for you.
Oh, man. Not
And a
again.
special
will
thank you,
enjoy
by
it.
the way, special thank you to all those who have already subscribed. Very much appreciated.
That's right, 3,000 plus.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're going to YouTube, and we're going to beg them to start putting some ads on here so we can get some money.
That's right.
You can email us if you're not totally turned off by Paul dancing around in your front yard. You can email us at oldpeoplethisweek@gmail.com. We will answer any and all questions. We love getting your comments. I read them on air, and we will answer any questions you have because we know all the answers to everything.
That's right.
You can call us at 310-800-1830. One of us is always standing by to pick up the phone. We sit around by that phone. As I said before, it's like the phone that used to sit on the desk of the President of the United States. It's got a big red light on top of it, like the hotline that used to go straight to Russia, and it rings in our homes, and one of us picks it up and we'll give you advice. So Jennifer Aniston, if you wake up from that stupor that your boyfriend has put you in, and you can call us and we'll help you find another man who won't put you under a trance and take all your money. You can check out our Substack, 52task.substack.com. Last week I gave you my belated New Year's resolutions. This week I don't even know what I'm going to talk about this week, but something. Maybe this year, by the way, the resolution is to get Mike to actually finish one of his Substacks.
I'll finish mine. It'll be a masterpiece.
Uh-huh. Sure will. Next up and last is our dear friend Reese, who has the Old People This Week quote of the week. So Reese, go for it. As for the rest of you, adios. Again, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
So long, everyone.
Thank you. See ya.
Here's the Old People This Week quote of the week. Get your facts first. Then you can distort them as you please. Mark Twain.